Hello everyone, it's me again, and today I'm going to be covering how to use the Plickers app. If you have not seen my first video discusses how to set up an account on the Plickers website, as well as setting up your classes and your questions and assigning those questions to certain classes. But today I want to focus on actually using the app on your iOS or Android device. As stated in the previous video, it is a free app and it's really simple to use. So the first thing you need to do is you need to go to the Plickers website and you need to make sure that you are signed in. Once you have done this, if you have multiple classes set up, you will need to go to Classes, select the class that you want to work on, and then click Live View. Okay, and I'll suggest that you hide your student responses. You can have it show a graph or you can have your students' answers displayed, but I like to hide this so that students give their honest answer to the question, and also make the text bigger so that students are able to read this when it's displayed on your interactive board. Okay, well now I also have my iPad projected on my computer screen using Air Server, and Air Server is very popular for mirroring devices, and I may have a video on Air Server later on, but first you will go to the app and your classes will pop up, and today I'm going to do Perry, so I'm going to click Perry, and I want to start with my first question. What is the sum of 2 plus 2? And as you can see, it has the question and the different answers and your students down at the bottom. It has, you can delete or you can clear all student responses. Or you can also edit. In order for you to get a student's response, you will need to click the camera button. And this will pull up in little gray boxes all of your students' names as well as the question multiple choice answers A, B, C, and D, and it shows the correct response in green and all of the incorrect responses in red. And as you can see, 0 students have answered the question out of the 5 students, and if one student answers, then it will say total 1 of 5. And once a student responds, it will also put a number above their selected answer. For instance, if Miranda chooses C, then it will say total 1 of 5, and there will be a 1 above C. If James also chooses C, it will say total 2 of 5 and a 2 above the C. Okay? Now, in order for you to scan your students' responses, as stated in the setup video, there are cards that you will print out. These cards are numbered, and you need to make sure that the student has the card that corresponds with the assigned card number. And you will take that card, and their response should be present at the top of the card. So if the student wants to answer B, then B should be displayed at the top of their card. And I'm going to show you how this works. So I have my card that I'm holding. And as you can see, it pops up and says Miranda, and total of 1 student out of 5 has answered this question, and she was correct in thinking B. Now I'm going to have a student answer D. As you can see, it shows student 2, or Matthew, answered D. Total 2 of 5, and D was an incorrect answer, and it turns Matthew's name red. If Matthew changes his answer to A, it will now scan A and change his answer to A. If he then responds B, it will now show 2 students with B. Okay? I can click check mark if I'm finished, or I can clear my responses by choosing the little graph. It says, would you like to clear the responses for this question? This cannot be undone, and you can clear your responses, but I'm not going to do that. Okay? Also, as you can see, if I go back and I change my question to what is the sum of 1 plus 2, it will change the question on my computer or show the students the new displayed question. Also on the app, you can press the plus and you can create a new question, or you can go to your library and view your already created questions and add them. You can also go to history to see questions you've already completed, or you can go to planned to see your questions that you planned but have not had students respond to. Okay, and that completes the Plickers